Take a seat. We're going to be starting our post-lunch session. The time is 2:25, and we will soon begin our first meeting. But before we get into the crux of our initiative, the face-to-face meetings, we've got a discussion. The topic of the discussion is Flintstone meets Jetsons, which is once again in line with our theme of referencing to the past and looking forward to the future, the past being the Flintstones, the future, of course, being Jetsons. This was intended to be a panel discussion. However, the moderator of the discussion, Mr. Bill Reed, was unable to come here because of some unforeseen circumstances with his travel. Nonetheless, we have architect Mr. Reza Kabul, who is the president of ARK, Reza Kabul Architects, who will be presenting to us, giving us a presentation on this topic of Flintstone meets Jetsons. And before Mr. Reza Kabul comes onto the stage, we would like to especially thank him for taking the initiative to address this discussion single-handedly. It's a pity that the other panelists could not come here, but that has not come in his way, and he will be giving us he'll be sharing his knowledge and insight with us for the next 15 or so minutes. So please help me welcome architect Reza Kabul onto the stage. Can we have a louder round of applause? One, we've just had lunch. Hopefully the lunch was good. And two, architect Reza Kabul will be doing this single-handedly instead of a panel discussion. So once again, thank you very much for the initiative and the effort.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, IDE, for inviting me and allowing me to do this presentation. Actually, it was, as he says, it was a panel discussion, and as most of them couldn't make it, so I'm going to address this topic of Jetsons and Flintstones. So we're going to go through certain projects, and we would be, so firstly, it's 30 years since we started. We started in 1988, so it's 30 years. We've been in business, established in 1988. We have offices in Mumbai, Pune, and in the San Francisco Bay Area. So the topic of discussion is Jetsons and Flintstones. So we're going to talk about the changing styles, that is, the styles and the trends. So this is something we did a couple of years back where we did total classical. It's a period building, and we, stuck to the total style of architecture. And then we moved on, we did other buildings, this is a resort, and we have a little bit of classical, and the local style that is there is the Creole style. It's in Mauritius, so it has got the Creole style of architecture. And then we did this building, it's a Lee Meridian in Bhutan, where the architecture is totally governed by the skyline and the architecture. There is a particular type and style of architecture that you have to follow. And we did the architecture, which was the local architecture. And then, of course, this is Dubai, where we have a modern building, all straight lines, city hotel. And this is something we are doing in the US. Now, what happens is we are trying to show you different trends of architecture. This is like a town place suite, which is just a minimalistic architecture. Straight lines, no frills. This is another building we did in Nairobi. It's a Concord. And here again, we've got straight lines, minimalistic architecture. This is something in Mumbai. Again, here we have total straight lines and minimalistic. So this is what we are trying to show is we moved from period to classical to period classical to straight lines to minimalistic. This is what the whole architecture is moving towards. We don't have any more moldings. We don't have any more, columns. The Gothic styles all are out, and then we are going into straight lines. So this is what the whole trend is moving to. People want to do straight lines, minimalistic architecture. This is a hotel what we've done in Dubai, and this has got a total period architecture, the interior. That's the other side of the room. Then we're working on this. This is in Cochin, and here we've got total contemporary. This is another hotel where we are working in Kerala, and here we are taking the local flavor and working on the project. This is another project we did in Dubai, which is totally on a Moroccan Arabic style. This is another project we are doing down south where we are having a total country style. So here we have various styles, and today people, they prefer this kind of a straight line. They want to do it fast, they want to do it minimalistic, and they want to keep the cost low, or what you call value engineering. This is another project we've done in Dubai, which is, again, straight lines, business hotel. This is a project we are doing in Dubai. Here, it's total, the jet set guys, the, what do you call, the, the IT guys. They want very bare minimum in the room. They don't want any frills to the room. They just want to come, stay in the room, and they want the basic utilities. So again, here there's a transition started from period to straight lines to local styles, and then the minimalistic. So these are some of the projects that we have carried out in India and overseas. This is your Le Méridien in Thimphu. This is Mauritius. This is Ramada in Ahmedabad. This is the Marine Plaza, Mumbai, where we have, this was a actual building which was existing. It was a residential building which we transformed it into a hotel. And we have the atrium right on the top, which is actually supposed to be a choke. We converted it into an atrium. And the clients wanted a pool, so we put in a pool, and we put the pool with the glass bottom so that we get the light, natural light coming down into the atrium. This is Nairobi, the Fortune at Navi Mumbai, Landmark in Dubai, Expressin in Nasik, Oris in Dubai, Sports City. This is a restaurant we did in Mumbai. This is the 4 points we are doing at Cochin, and so we've taken all the local flavors and we've got it into the room and the whole architecture and design. This is Ramada in down south, Trivandrum. This is the Fern. Here again, we've taken the total local In the lobby, if you see, we've got the total temple Indian flavor that is there into the lobby. And this is Ahmedabad, we are doing this project. The Holiday Inn we refurbished in San Antonio in the US. This is the Marriott Town Place, what we are doing at Tracy in the Bay Area in San Francisco. This is Sacramento, which is a residential and a hotel in Sacramento. And that's a little bit about the whole company. We've been in business for 30 years. We've worked on various, that's myself and the directors. So we do townships, we do high-rises, hospitality interiors, institutional buildings, luxury villas, malls, retail, commercial, interior residentials, residential towers, residential interiors, educational. And we've worked in these countries. That's the awards and the accolade. Our prestigious clients. That's the offices. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But before you go, I think one question that will be on everybody's mind is you've mentioned the wide range of projects that you are working on. We have a lot of suppliers of various kinds of products and services over here with us in the ballroom today. Can you tell us a little bit about your supply chain? How do you ensure that the goods, the products, the services that you require to ensure that these world-class projects are delivered on time? How do you ensure that that supply chain is functioning like a well-oiled machine?
Well, we have a very efficient team. In Mumbai, we have got almost 100 staff. In Pune, we have 10. In San Francisco, we've got 10. And we have very good suppliers. We've been working over the years. And of course, we keep on getting new suppliers as well, and we work with them.
And you've attended our previous events also. You were here with us last year and the year before that. I'd like to ask you the same question I asked Nitin in the morning. What is the value that you see being a part of our event year after year so consistently?
It's a very good platform, actually, because what happens is we get to learn a lot of things because we get busy in our daily work, so we don't interact with the suppliers and, the product manufacturers. So actually, this is a very good platform where we get to meet, and my team is here, and we keep on interacting with all of them. In fact, we've been to the Dubai IDE as well, and we did interact with the whole B2B experience and everything. So it's a great experience, yeah.
Does anybody have a question for? Yes, can we get a microphone over there, please?
Hello. Just wanted to ask, what would be the per key cost of the projects that you just showed us? Could you just spell out a few numbers or few rooms?
It all varies from project to project. Like I showed you projects right from the 5 stars going down to your 3 stars and so business hotels and everything. So it varies from project to project and location to location.
Yes.
So, I mean, off the cuff, I would not be able to give you a number.
Ballpark for the 3 categories, if you could share.
See, we look at 5-star right from a crore a room, a crore to 1.25, 1.5 a room. For a 4-star, we look at about 40 to 50 lakhs, even going up to 60 lakhs. Because as I was talking to somebody outside, the developers in India, they don't understand these things. Like, if you look at a town place, what we are doing in the US, town place is an extended stay. You don't have a restaurant, you just have a coffee shop. You have in your room, you've got a kitchenette, you've got the heating, you've got the ovens, the microwave and everything. So you do not require restaurants. You do not require a banquet. Whereas when you bring these products to India, what happens is the client comes up, like we are doing a Fairfield. The client says, I want a banquet. The client says, I want a restaurant, a specialty restaurant. I want something on the rooftop. I need a swimming pool. Yeah, swimming pool is okay. We have it in Fairfield as well. But Some things which a client has to be educated and client has to understand is that when you're doing a particular thing, if you're doing a Fairfield, you have to stick to the prototype. You can't be going and changing it because you've come to India. You're saying it's a Marriott, so it should have a restaurant. No, it's a Marriott, but a Fairfield is a 4-star. It's a business hotel. You can't be having something like a lavish, coffee shop, and then you have another specialty restaurant, and business center, and everything, all those frills that a 5-star has. So basically, the developer has to understand that. And if he understands that, then you can really stay in the budget. And I would say in the next coming years, we have to look at business hotels. We have to look at minimalistic hotels. Like the whole presentation, what my gist of the presentation was, is like we used to do rooms earlier, we used to do classical rooms. And they used to do the carving, used to do the molding, you had a lot of things in the ceiling, your lights were very elaborate. We've come down to minimalistic. You look at the last hotel, what we are doing right now in Dubai, it's a minimalistic hotel. It's a straight line hotel. It's got no frills. And, basically a business person comes into the hotel, he wants to come, he wants to stay over there. The whole day he's out, he just comes, sleeps, and he gets out. So we have to look at what the end user wants, and we have to bear that in mind, and not just because you want to do something, I want to do a 5-star. I want to do a Fairfield, but I want to give everything that a 5-star has. That's not the way. So you have to stick to that.
Thank you.
So sticking to the prototype.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We are a little bit short of time, or if you can make it very quick, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Hi, this is Prerit Damani from Sipani Energy. We're a specialist in LEDs. So speaking of costs and dynamic situations and very quick minimalistic feelings, lighting, we believe, plays an important part in the ambience. Now, we were to, let us say, put in a leasing model in that lighting, what do you think are the chances of progression of balancing the good ambience with minimalistic cost, let us say?
I didn't get your question. You said about...
So if we put in leasing model...
What is leasing model?
Wherein I will invest in the light, I will charge a rental from you for your savings, from your savings, for, let us say, a period of 3 years, wherein we obviously guarantee the lights. So wherein we put in a leasing model, still enhance the ambience by way of lighting, and we still, remain to our cost constraints.
So you mean the client doesn't have to do a capital cost, he just does a lease from you and he pays you...
Yes, so the differential in the CAPEX versus OPEX is, you save quite a bit on...
Yeah, but it all
quality.
depends. I got your point. It all depends on what it's going to be. The lease, what is going to be, and what is the capital cost. I don't think, to me, immediately, what comes to my mind, I don't think leasing would work with light fittings.
We've been doing it for a bit.
You're doing it?
Yeah.
I would like to know more. Let's meet later.
Sure, thanks.
Okay.
One to take offline. Thank you. Interesting.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Architect Reza Kabul. Before you leave the stage, can I request Nitin Nagrale to please come onto the stage and hand over a memento to you for spending time with us here today.